All right, Coach Julian, taking the men's cross country team to the national championships, isn't this every coach's goal for the year? And you've achieved it. How do you feel about the progress your kids have made in the 3 years that you've been here as the head coach of cross country?
Yeah, it's been the best that we could hope for, really. So it's it's more or less the same. A lot of the same guys that I had uh, when I came in here. So we knew that the potential was there, and there is some good talent. However, we need to make that improvement curve had to be almost perfect for these guys, and it. I think we were a little concerned maybe last year when we were 14th or whatever we were at the regional meet. But as with the sport, if you're patient and you can keep guys healthy, then you know good things will happen, and they did for us on last Saturday.
It's kind of a short turnaround between 10Ks for your guys.
Right.
How will that affect them?
Ooh, I don't know. We this I think you can only go into it just being as fit as you can, and obviously our team is on a upswing. We're running really well. We haven't really had a bad race all year, and uh, the guys seem to be fine today. We did a short workout this morning, and doesn't seem to be any problems. But we are going into this inexperienced. I am as a coach. I am certainly the guys as athletes are. Um, but this is a good team. We wouldn't have made it out of this hornet's nest of a region if we weren't good. So, I think the guys are confident and they're really excited.
How do you bridle that excitement to make sure that it works, the adrenaline works in your favor on
Yeah.
Monday in Terre Haute, Indiana?
Yeah, that's a good question. We had to obviously the the guys ran so well last Saturday, and I don't always want to be where fun goes to die as the coach. So we have to let them have that time and celebrate that. That day they're on the plane, they're very happy coming home. But at some point we do need to make that shift over and say, okay, well, we do have another race now, and we do want to do some great things there. So again, I'm this is new to me as well, but it's just intuitively knowing, I as an athlete, I've been through stuff like this, and I know that hey, sometimes look, you have a lot of disappointments in this sport, a lot of disappointments, and so when you have something good happen, it's okay to smile and celebrate that, even if it is midway through the year or towards the end of the year. I I think really at this point it's really just making sure the guys are going to be healthy, and when they get to the line, they're going to be excited and live in the moment and look forward to the race itself. There's not much I can do. That's really, it comes down to those individuals. But I think the makeup of this team, these guys are that way. That they're really just looking forward to the actual race itself and not the event.
Pretty mature group that you're dealing with, so.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, no, they are. Really good leadership, really good chemistry. They're very accountable to each other, and we, as coaches, we can do the X and O's, and we can, put the physiology together, but we can't race the race for them, and we can't get them through the year. And I'm not the one who's waking them up in the morning or getting them out there for their evening runs at night when the weather starts to turn like it is. So they have to be very self-motivated and disciplined and responsible for each other. And these guys are, but they've always been that way. At least in the last 3 years, I think. We've the culture here is a good one, and these guys live the life and they train hard.
My final question for you today is, what does making the NCAA championship meet, what does that mean to you and your program here at Washington State?
Well, you can look back on the history of WSU cross country, and I think that we've qualified once every decade on the decade. So in the 80s we had a team, in the 90s we had a team, and between 2000 2010 in a team, and now that's not really an acceptable pattern. I believe that the way this team is now, and the guys that we have coming back, and hopefully the recruits that we have coming in, that we'll look back at this as really just the start of something great, of a legacy that's great, and that this is a meet that not that we're surprised to get to, but one that we expect to get to every single year.
All right. Good luck in Terre Haute next Monday.
Thank you.